Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars, welcome to another classic film review. Today's classic film review is the 1998 action thriller The Negotiator, a film that is directed by F. Gary Gray and it stars Samuel L. Jackson, Kevin Spacey, David Morse, Ron Rifkin, John Spencer and J.T. Walsh. Now, the film focuses on Samuel L. Jackson's character, Danny Roman, who is a hostage negotiator in Chicago. He's got a great reputation, and his partner is killed. Now, his partner knows that there are some people within the force have been stealing from the pension. He's getting closer to the truth, and he is taken out. And then Danny Roman, Samuel L. Jackson's character, is framed for his murder and looks likely to be sent to jail. He doesn't have anywhere else to turn, so he has no option but to go to essentially the police headquarters and take some hostages to try and get to the truth. But once he takes these hostages, there are people out there, his comrades, some of which want him dead before he gets to that truth, and that's what he's hoping for. So he asks for his own personal negotiator to come on board, and he requests that be Chris Sabian, played by Kevin Spacey. Someone he doesn't know only by reputation, but he knows will be completely unbiased and uncorrupted, and hopefully will be able to help him uncover the truth. Right, what are my thoughts on The Negotiator? Well, this is a film that I have always been a big fan of. I used to watch it all the time, certainly in the early noughties and things like that. It's something I had on DVD. I might have even had it on VHS, I can't remember. But I watched it an awful lot. It's one of those films that kind of you would expect, certainly in them days, to be cast by known action stars and things like that. And they went down a different route. They went for real actors that could deliver a grounded, gritty and thrilling performance. And the casting here, I think, was perfect for casting Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey. Now, I know Kevin Spacey is not exactly the toast of the town in Hollywood right now. I'm putting that to one side. I'm judging this film just on its artistic merits, if you like, on the performances, not on the individuals doing the performing. So this is not me promoting or, bigging up Kevin Spacey in any way. This is me acknowledging him as an actor giving a good performance in the film. And they are both absolutely top-notch here, and they've got great on-screen chemistry too. They don't share the screen an awful lot, but they do obviously talk over phones and all this kind of stuff, and they do meet face-to-face a number of times, especially at the climax of the film. Much of this film is Samuel L. Jackson in a building with these hostages, one of which being J.T. Walsh, and there's Paul Gambiatini as well, and a couple of others. Even the guy from Breaking Bad's in the film. Dean Norris, he appears in this film as well. So it's much of him in this building trying to uncover the truth and waiting for those on the outside to strike, basically, because he knows they can't afford for him to get to the truth. So he's expecting them to come in and try and take him out, or certainly try and take out the J.T. Walsh character, who Samuel L. Jackson believes to be at the forefront of this corruption, because he works for Internal Affairs and he thinks he's in on it, and he's trying to get the truth out of him. So while you get some really good acted out scenes of like hostage negotiation or tent scenes on the ground with the Kevin Spacey and the team on the ground trying to figure out what they're going to do next, and you've got that added issue of many of them are his comrade and friend, Samuel L. Jackson's comrade and friend, so they're obviously conflicted. So you get that ground stuff where they're arguing what's best to do, who's going to do what, when we're going to do it. But you also know there are some on that ground level who are the corrupt ones, and you don't know who they are. So who is going to make that move? Are the people making these suggestions doing it in their own best interest because they want Samuel L. Jackson dead? So it manages to keep that mystery bubbling away through much of the film. And I remember watching it for the first time, this film, and it kept me genuinely guessing. And I think obviously as well, the reveal that comes at the end in regards to who the corrupt police officers are You could argue is a little bit underwhelming in some aspects, but it kind of feels real. Yeah, you think, well, I can believe that. Do you know what I mean? So I liked how they did that. I've always liked the conclusion to this film as well, where they're calling the bluff of the corrupt officers and all this kind of stuff. It was very, 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 very nicely done. And the action's really good as well. It's when you get it in this film. F. Gary Gray is something of an industry veteran when it comes to films like this. He's done The Italian Job. He's done Law Abiding Citizen. He's done quite a lot of films like this, so he knows how to generate tension and excitement, and even direct like some action set pieces to a really good level. So it's very, very watchable from beginning to end, this one. It does keep you guessing. It does keep you on the edge of your seat. You are even, in some aspects of the film, torn as to whether you are on Samuel L. Jackson's side, because there are scenes in this film where you question what he's doing, in a sense of, well, if you're innocent, why have you done that? Or so you kind of... There's a little bit of a grey area as to who you're getting behind occasionally in the film, but you've always got this underlying support for the Samuel L. Jackson character, even though you might not agree with everything that he does. So you've got these strong ties between the Kevin Spacey, the Samuel L. Jackson character, and those you feel like are the only two characters that you can trust for the most part in this film. Everybody else you're kind of distrustful of, and the film does a really good job of keeping that balance and keeping that tension going throughout its whole runtime. Yes, it treads into some cliches, but you got to remember it was made in 1998. This film, you've got the usual FBI threatening to take over the operation that you see all the time. It's a trope they do all the time in these Hollywood movies. We've seen it time and time again. There are other tropes in the film that are tired and overused, but they weren't at the time, I suppose you could argue. They were quite common at the time, but maybe not overused. But it's a superbly made film, great performances, and definitely one, if you haven't seen, you definitely need to check out. So it's a very strong 9 out of 10 for me for this one. Endlessly watchable film. So I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Any comments for any classic film reviews, misunderstood movie reviews, dumpster fire reviews, anything you want, fire it into the comment section, and I promise if I get the opportunity and time, I will get around to watching it and reviewing it for you guys. So take care, and thank you very much for watching.